But welcome to the world of Munis. We are here to support you. So if you've got any questions or need anything, please feel free to reach out to us. I think you guys have gone through either Jessica's training or through Jessica's videos. And Jessica's done a great job. You can access those at any time. And like I said, you can reach out to her, reach out to me, or reach out to your purchasing clerk. We're all here to help. We won't bite your head off. I know a lot of people come and apologize for coming to the rooms. Don't do that. That's why we're here. We're here to support you. So feel free to reach out at any time. It's just a learning process. And as you get more into it, it's all good to go. So like Hannah said earlier today, once you complete the training, you'll be allowed access to the Tyler dashboard and access to the actual live training or to the actual Munis environment. So I'm going to show you this morning. Let me share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So basically what I've pulled up to right now is the school finance resource page. And I hope all of you guys have or will bookmark that on your URL bar, because it's great. All the resources you need are there, easily accessible. But one of the key things or most important things you probably want to do at the beginning is scroll down. Let me scroll down here. Jessica had those requisition to purchase order forms. These are fabulous. Have you all printed those out or referenced those? They are fabulous. I would definitely print them out, or you can either access them online through the electronic version. Have them handy. I would fill these out prior to even going into Munis and entering your requisition orders, because that way you've got all the information available before you even get in there, and you can go in from start to finish and enter everything and not have to go back to your vendor information. So I think this is a great key thing to have available. Right, so. Okay, so that's the school finance resource page. If you haven't looked at it, I would highly encourage it. If you scroll down again, it's got your org objects, the Munis guide, which we'll be updating shortly. It's got your list of vendors. It's got the requisition to purchase forms and a bunch of other forms down there you may want to check out, and you will be checking out the farther you get into the Munis. So right now I'm going to go to the Munis homepage. And I don't think you guys have seen this yet, have you? Okay, so this is the Munis dashboard. When you log into Munis, you're going to click over here on, you will be asked to log in. You're going to click on the Tyler menu, and something like this is going to appear. My screen says JCPS departmental functions. Your screen will just say, from what I believe, your screen is just going to say departmental functions. So you're going to click on the little arrow beside departmental functions, and you're going to get a list of things that appear. So basically what's going to happen first is we're going to do a requisition order. So that's mainly what you guys are going to be looking at, okay, requisition entries. So today we're going to be doing a warehouse requisition, or what they call a pick ticket. We're going to be doing a bid item. We're going to be ordering something off the bid list, and then we're going to be ordering something off the percentage bid list. So the first one that we're going to do, probably the easiest one we're going to do, is a warehouse requisition or a pick ticket requisition. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to pretend like I've not even gone here yet. I'm going to go back to my school finance resources page. I'm going to scroll down to my, I've gone too far. I'm going to go through to my, let's see. Hang on here. Actually, what I want to do is pick the items out that I want to order. So I want to go to my catalog.
And one thing real quick, Michelle, that list is the school finance resources page is wonderful, but it's very, very detailed in a lot of info. So if you all didn't know this, you can also do a Control F on your keyboard and search for whatever you're looking for. So the CTRL button plus the F button, and it'll come up just like what Michelle did. There'll be a search box and you can just start typing in there whatever you're looking for, and it'll bring you to those items.
So we're going to look for inventory, warehouse inventory.
And that one might not be on this. Is that on the
That's
school?
That's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. The more you get into it, the more you're going to find, and you can even print out the list if you want to print it out. Let's see here.
Yeah, it'll be that list of bid vendors just above those requisition to purchase forms.
Right, here we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's our bid tabulations. This is where we find the items that we want to purchase. So there are basically, if you want to order from the warehouse, there are two main places to look. We're going to look under either the flashlights, batteries, etc. If you click on this, we'll know it's a warehouse item because at the top it says items stocked in the warehouse. Enter requisition is a pick ticket. So we know that that's one, but that's basically things like flashlights and batteries. The next one is and this is where most of the items that are located in the warehouse are going to be, is in the instructional and custodial warehouse inventory. So we're going to click on that one. And you'll see we've got our warehouse inventory report. We have a couple of warehouses. We've got warehouse number 881. You can see at the top of the page, which is our instructional warehouse. It's got a list of all the items that are in the instructional warehouse. And then we have the custodial warehouse, which is warehouse number 894. It's got a list of all the items that are located in the custodial warehouse. So today, basically what we're going to order white copy paper. We're going to order 10 reams of white copy paper. We're going to order 2 reams of the hot pink, neon hot pink copy paper. And then we're going to order 5 packs of sick leave forms. So that's what I'm going to create today for a warehouse inventory requisition. So what we're going to do first, remember that form that I showed you? You would have that printed out on your desk. So first of all, let's say the librarian comes to us and she's like, okay, I need copy paper for my copier. So I need to order 10 reams of white paper. So we're going to go, okay, great. So we go into our warehouse inventory because we know that they stock paper in the warehouse inventory. So I can do a Control F and I'm going to type in paper. And it's going to show me, if you can look up here on the top, it says 1 of 19. So it's going to show me that there are 19 items of paper. So I'm going to scroll through, like the first one says multi-purpose blue. We don't want the blue. We don't want the bright pine. I'm going to skip all the way through. Excuse me. I know just from past experience that the white is located towards the bottom. So I'm going to tab through. Right, here we go. It is paper 8.5 by 11, white, 20 pound, 500 sheets per ream for copy paper machine. So great. I know this is the item number that I want. So I'm going to write down my commodity code, and this is my commodity code for it. Over here is going to be the 576-0240-16499. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on here. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want. I want for the copy machine. I was in the line above it. This is the commodity code that I want. So this is the number I'm going to write down. I'm also going to scroll over to the right, and I'm going to notice that it's $2.51 per ream. Now, one thing to note is that the warehouse inventory, the cost is maybe updated possibly twice a year. So if you enter something, there is a chance that the cost may have gone up and that actual price may reflect differently when you go and enter the requisition. Okay, then we also know that it is in the instructional warehouse. So the instructional warehouse number is 881. So we'll need to take note of that. And because it is in the warehouse, there is no vendor information that we need to write down. So I've written this information down on my sheet that Jessica provided for us. I know the next item that I want to print, that I want to get, is the neon hot pink paper. So because I'm still in the paper, I can either Control F to look for paper, or I can just scroll to find my neon pink paper. So here we go, right here. This is my 8.5 by 11 neon hot pink multi-purpose 20-pound paper. So I'm going to write down my commodity code again, the full commodity code, which the number before hyphen and the number after. I'm going to write down that number. I'm going to scroll all the way to the right, and I'm going to see that it is $4.68 a ream. I'm going to write that amount down. And I'm also going to note that it is also in the same warehouse number 881, the instructional warehouse. And then the last item that I'm going to purchase is going to be my sick leave forms. So I'm going to go up here and do my Control F again, and I'm going to type in sick. Here it appears. It says application for sick leave, 50 per package. There's zero cost. So I'm going to type, or I'm going to write down in my form the full commodity code, which is the 5690404-1681652. I'm going to write down what it is, that it's an application for sick leave. There's 50 per package, and then I'm going to write down the cost of $0. Again, because it is in the warehouse, there is no vendor information required, and it is also in warehouse number 881. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, so we've got the 3 line items that we want to purchase from the warehouse. So now I'm going to go into the Munis system. I'm going to go into my Requisition Entry. And this is what your Munis screen is going to look like. So I kind of think of it as a shopping cart. I'm going to put the items that I want to purchase in my shopping cart. So to get started, I'm going to click on the Add button because I'm going to add the items. Your fiscal year and your department location will automatically appear. I'm going to act like I'm purchasing for school number 081, and then which is Rangeland Elementary. Then I'm going to tab. As you notice, the requisition number automatically populates. You're going to want to write down that requisition number so you can reference that later. Or if you need to update it, if you lose the requisition form, anyways, you're going to need to write that number down for references later.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
We got a question from Caroline about where to put the warehouse number on the form. Do you have that up on one of your screens that we could maybe take a look at it?
Where you see what warehouse it is?
Where to put the warehouse number on the form. So where to just, I guess, document that 881.
Yeah, let me look at that form. I don't know that that's on there, but let me look at it. Hang on here just a minute. I'm going to add a new tab. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on. Actually, let me go. I went to the wrong page. I need to go to the school warehouse or school finance pages. And Caroline, I don't think that is on there. That's probably something you'll probably just get used to over time. Just try to make a mental note of that, like which warehouse it is.
Or since we know that there isn't a vendor number needed for the warehouse, down at the bottom of the form in the vendor section, you could go ahead and document that number, that 881, and put warehouse so that you have the number there if you need it, and just kind of a reminder of it's not a vendor, it's going to be an internal exchange of money and goods, basically.
Thanks, Caroline. That was a great question. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our Munis screen. After we enter our department location, after you've initially logged in, that should automatically populate for you. You shouldn't have to enter that anymore. We're going to tab down to the general commodity. In this field right here, the very first time you see general commodity, you are just going to type the first part of the general commodity code before the hyphen. So we're going to first start entering our white copy paper. So I'm going to enter the first part of the requisition number. And I'm going to enter the tab key. And if you'll notice, a brief description pops up of what the item is, the paper, zero graphic, white. In the general description field, I'm going to back that out because that is not a valid field. And I'm going to type in my school location name. I hate to backtrack, but I thought of two things. One, Munis operates in all caps, so you need to have your cap locks on. And two, this version of Munis uses Internet Explorer. It works best in Internet Explorer. So I'm using Chrome, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I'm used to Chrome, and I've got to get out of that habit and start using Internet Explorer. After I enter my general description, which is my school name, I'm going to click the tab button. Needed by field does not work. If you need something by a certain date, you need to pick up the phone and contact your purchasing clerk. Okay, we're going to tab. As we continue to tab down the screen, it's got vendor information. We don't need to enter anything there because it's warehouse, so there's no vendor information that applies. And our shipping information over here to the right is automatically filled in. You don't need to put anything in the email field, and in the reference field, you're going to need to type the name of the person responsible for receiving the shipment. So I'm going to type my name in, or my last name in. If there's maybe like two people, you can type both persons' names in, it's fine. Once you've completed that, you're going to click the accept button up in the top left corner. Okay, so here we are now. We are actually in the line item screen. If you look, I hope you all can see this. Up here at the top, it says Requisition Entry line items. This is where we're going to enter what we're actually ordering. And down here, it's got requisition fiscal year, our requisition number, and it says line 1. So we're going to quantity field. I'm going to order 10 reams of white copy paper. Now the thing, I think Jessica commented in her video, the thing to remember is paper, like a carton of paper, holds 10 reams of paper. So a 10 ream of paper is just a pack. Like, I actually have a pack down here. So this is considered a ream. I don't know if y'all can see me or not. This is considered a ream. So one ream would be one of these. So an actual case or carton of paper consists of 10. So if you want a whole box, you'll order 10, which is what I'm going to order today. So I enter 10 in my quantity. My commodity field, at this point is where you enter the full commodity code. So you enter the number before the hyphen and the number following the hyphen in this field. I'm going to type this in real quick. I'm going to click the tab key. Our inventory is going to populate because it's in the warehouse. Here in Munis is where you enter the location of the warehouse. So it's 881. I'm going to click the tab key. It's a pick ticket item because that's what warehouse items are considered. You will see the description. It automatically populates. It tells you what the item is. If you look at the unit price, it tells you how much the cost of the paper is. The unit of measurement says that it's 1 ream, and then it calculates the total of $33.39. Now, if you remember, like when we looked in the warehouse, it said that the paper was $2.51 a ream. So the paper has gone up since that list was posted. Okay, so now looks like we've got everything we need here. we are going to tab down. Actually, this is kind of where Internet Explorer works best, but we're going to continue to tab. And then this is why Internet Explorer works. So now we are in our organizational number down here at the bottom. So I'm going to enter my organizational number. We're going to tab and enter our object number. Our project number is going to be the 900 XF for flexible funds. And if we look at the bottom, do you see where our general ledger available balance has a total of $4,583.39? As we continue to purchase, that general ledger budget is going to go down, but that's just there to show you, hey, I've got money in the account and I can spend the money. So once we are completed with that, we've purchased our paper, or we've got it all set to order and purchase. So we're going to click the accept button. We're going to order more paper afterwards, but let's say this is all we want to order from the warehouse. We would click the accept button and the return button. But since we just want to add another line item, we're going to click the accept button. And it takes a while to process. Okay, so now if we wanted to finish, we would click the return, but since we want to add another line item, we're going to click the add tab. And now you can see that we're on line 2 up here at the top. Anybody have any questions so far? Okay, great. So now we want to purchase 2 reams of neon pink copy paper. So we're going to enter our quantity of 2. We're going to type in our full commodity code for the neon pink paper. We're going to click the tab key. Our warehouse location is 881. We're going to tab again. We're going to look at our description and we're going to see it as bright pink paper so we know it's the right item. The unit price is $5.17 per ream. Unit of measurement is a ream, and our line item total is going to be $10.34. So we're good to go on that. Hang on. Okay, let's see. Hang on, guys, okay, so we're going to go down here to the bottom. We're going to type in our org number. We're going to tab over and click in our object number. We're going to tab and click on our project number, which is our flexible spendings. And something is not entered as a valid account. So it will tell you if that is incorrect. 0811. See, like I left out an extra 1 in the org number. There we go. All right, so perfect. So we have now ordered our pink paper. Next thing we want to order is our sick leave forms. And remember, there were no cost to those. So we want to add another item. Our quantity, we want to order 5 packs of sick leave forms. So we're going to do a quantity of 5. We're going to enter the full commodity code. We're going to tab. Inventory item is populated. It's in the same warehouse of 881. We're going to tab again. Description says form for sick leaves. There is no cost, and the unit of measurement is a package. There is no manufacturer because it's located in the warehouse. And we're going to scroll to the bottom, and we are going to type in our organizational number. Our object number is there, our project number, which is our 900 flexible spending XF. Okay, and the total amount is 0. And again, you will see your available budget. So we're going to accept this. And that is the last item that we want to order from our warehouse. So we're going to click the Return tab. Okay, and then we're going to click on the main screen. So as you can see down here at the bottom, we have our 3 line items that we have ordered. We have ordered the white paper, the pink paper, and the sick leave forms. And if you scroll over, it's going to show you that we've ordered 10 reams of the white paper, 2 reams of the hot pink paper, and 5 packages of the sick leave forms. So if you check that out and verify everything is correct the way that it should be, you're going to go up to the toolbar and you're going to click the Release tab. If you notice, the status went from 4, which I should have showed you that more specifically, but it went from 4 to a 0 converted. So your warehouse items automatically convert, and it's going to automatically go to the warehouse. Once they receive that, then they will fulfill that, and then it will be shipped to you. After you release it, you want to be sure that you print that for your records. So in the toolbar, you're going to click on the PDF tab. You're going to choose an option, which is a requisition format, and you're going to say OK. The print options appear. You're going to want to be sure that the print authorized by signature line has a check mark in it so that it will provide a signature line for your supervisor to sign. You're going to say accept. Your PDF will be processing when it is complete down at the bottom. Hang on here. Where did it go? Down at the bottom, it should appear. Let's do it again. Let's print it again here. Accept. There we go. There we go. Your PDF will be processed. You will click on your PDF. You will see your PDF. You can also verify here that you've ordered the correct amount of everything that you need. Then you will go over here to the print tab and you will print your PDF. Your supervisor can either sign this PDF form or they can sign the form that you've actually handwritten out. So that is the process of entering a warehouse or a pick ticket requisition. Does anybody have any questions? Is there anything I missed, Jessica or Hannah?
Do we by any chance at all have like a sample of the requisition to where we can print it off and have our own notes on there?
I can do something like that if you want me to.
I would love that, because
Yes.
then that way on each form I can fill in for like my sample thing, my examples, and that way I can go back and reference that.
Yes, I can do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a
Thank
great
you.
idea. It's a lot to take in at once, so we understand.
I think Jessica kind of did that in her training videos, but I can work that out and print one out and show you guys.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's what I did for every single one that she showed. I have like a sample, like the line bid of the DNF and then of the percentage. And then that way I'll go back and reference on my notes. Okay, I got to make sure I got this and this and this done.
Yes, I will work on that and send it out. If not later today, I'll do that tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so that is going to be our warehouse items or pick ticket
Michele?
items. Yes.
The only thing I would like to show everyone back on the
Uh-huh.
requisition entry screen
Okay.
is one thing just to be sure of, what can be kind of tricky until you just get used to what is in the warehouse and the sorts of items that are not in the warehouse. It's down at the bottom where Michele was showing you the description where you can verify that you got your items and the quantities and everything is correct. In that column there, the inventory item column, you'll want to be sure before you release that requisition or pick ticket that all items have an inventory item number, okay? If you see any that don't, be sure you don't release. We have some glitches in Munis where it will allow you to release orders that mix inventory and non-inventory, but it causes problems. So if you ever find items where it's not taking the inventory item number or you aren't sure how to be able to identify warehouse and non, be sure to call purchasing and we can always take a look with you and make sure the items are acting correctly or to just kind of talk through where we get those items, okay?
Everybody okay right now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Like we said, don't panic. I mean, we're all here to help you, so. All right, so here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to close this out. We are going to do a line bid requisition. So all of these are items that are on bid. So they've been approved by JCPS. They all stay the same all year long. They are on our list of vendors. I'm going to show you that right now. So from our School Finance Resources page again, we're going to scroll down to the bid list of vendors. And same thing, you'll just go through that form that Jessica had. You're going to write down what you want. When you do that, because it is not a warehouse item, you're going to want to be sure and write down the, let me grab my little form here. You're going to want to be sure that you write down the full commodity code for the item. You're going to want to write down the quantity you want. You're going to write down any and all information they've got about the item. So you're going to want to write down the name of the item, if it's got a catalog number, if let's say for some reason it's got a color, that specific color that you want. Let's say if you want something that's pink, it may be, you know, number 20. So you may need to write down number 20 pink. Any code numbers that they've got, you'll want to write down. You'll want to write down the unit cost as well. Okay, I know that's a lot of information, but any and all information you can write down about that item, the more it's going to help you when you actually get into the Munis program to enter that information. So most of the bid items, I'm not going to say all, but most of them you can find here on the Instructional Office Catalog. Now, all three of these are the same, but it's the Instructional Office Catalog, Instructional Office Supplies bid line by vendor, and Instructional Office Supplies bid line item. If you look at the catalog, to me, it's easier because it's almost like looking through like an old Sears catalog or something at Christmas time. You get to actually see the pictures of what you want to purchase. So let's look at this one here. So here we go. Here is the Instructional and Office Supplies line item catalog. Note here that it's a minimum of $25. So anything you order from here has to be $25. And something else to note on this as well, like here's got like a list of table of contents, so you can kind of, it's all alphabetized, so you can look through what you want. Now let's say, like this one here is binders. And it's from vendor 29171, which is Complete Vendor Source. So let's say we want something from Complete Printer Source. But then let's say, okay, we need these presentation boards. They're from vendor John R. Green. Anytime you submit a requisition for a line bid item, you must spend $25 from the same vendor, and all of the items listed on that requisition must come from the same vendor. So if you have something from John Green, it has to be on one requisition and spend $25 from John R. Green. And then let's say you want to spend, or you want to buy something from Complete Printer Source, you also must spend $25 from Complete Printer Source. Does that make sense? So you can't mix vendors on a line bid. You have to put vendor 1 on this order and then vendor 2 on this order. Am I clear on that? Okay. Okay, so let's do this. On this one, we are going to order portfolios, like 2-pocket metal fasteners. So to me, a portfolio is going to be a folder. That's just what I'm used to, my old. So we're going to order portfolios. We're going to order another set of portfolios that are strictly green. The first set we're going to order is assorted colors. The second set we're going to order is strictly green. And then we're going to order one subject, 70 sheet notebooks. So let's go in here, and I'm going to do a Control F. I'm going to have Jessica's form on my desk, and I'm going to say, okay, this is what my bookstore needs. They need assorted colors of portfolio or 2-pocket 3-metal fastener folder. So I'm going to click in portfolio. Okay, so it's giving me that there's 29 or 9. I'm going to click on the down arrows. Okay, great. So here we go. 2-pocket 3-metal fasteners for 3-hole punch, 8.5 by 11. Assorted colors, which that's what I want. Assorted colors. It's from vendor John R. Green, and this is the vendor number, and this is the full commodity code. So I'm going to be sure and write down the full description of what it is. I'm going to write down the full commodity code. I'm going to write down my vendor number, who the vendor is, and I'm going to also write down that it's $7.06 a box. So I'm going to write all of that information down. So then here's my next thing that I want to do. I also want to do the same thing, but only I want strictly in green. So if I scroll down here a little bit, I'm going to say, okay, also available in a 1 color per box. Specify your color and number. So I notice here it's the same vendor number and the same vendor. They're $7.25 a box. The commodity code has changed, so I'm going to need to write down this commodity code. And I want green, so I'm going to put, okay, I need number 60 green. So I'm going to be sure and write all of that information down. So now I've got the information I need on my assorted colors, and then the information that I need on strictly my green folders. And then I need to order 31 subject notebooks. So I'm going to type in one subject. Let's see if that appears. Okay, there, one subject. Okay. Spiral notebooks, one subject, 70 sheets. And I want assorted colors. So let's see here. This is wide ruled, which the teachers wanted. Okay, same vendor number. Looky there, John R. Green. Perfect. I can do one requisition for it. Okay, and they are wide ruled. Perfect. Now, here's something here too. If you look, like the college ruled up here, this is the commodity code for the college rule. We want wide ruled, so this is the commodity code for the wide ruled. And they're 58 cents a box. Okay, great. Now it looks to me like here, Complete Printer Source has them as well. is John R. Green. So if for some reason we were using Complete Printer Source, this would be the vendor number, but since we're using John R. Green, this is the vendor number. So we're going to write all this information down, and this is going to be our line bid requisitions, and we're purchasing strictly from John R. Green today. So does anybody have any question on what we're purchasing from John R. Green, or how to find something, or? Okay, great. Okay, so here now is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our Tyler menu, and we're going to do another requisition entry. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to enter this new type of requisition. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go back to our shopping cart and we're going to add. So we're going to click on the add tab. So your school location and fiscal year will automatically appear. I have to re-enter mine because I'm district office, so. Okay. When we continue to tab through again, our requisition number is going to automatically appear. So again, we're going to want to enter our requisition number, which is the 5594. The first part, we're going to enter our general commodity. So that's the number before the hyphen. We're going to tab. We're entering portfolio. Our general description, we're taking that out. We're going to enter our school location number. We're going to tab again. And if it's needed by a certain date, we're going to pick up the phone and call our purchasing clerk and say, hey, I've ordered these items from John R. Green. I need them by Tuesday. Okay, here we go. We're going to tab. Because this is not a warehouse item, we need to enter the vendor information number. So we wrote down our vendor information number. So we're going to, again, that was John R. Green. So we're going to enter John R. Green's number. We're going to tab, and you notice that his information comes in. Actually, it's Kurtz Brothers, and he does business as John R. Green. So all of that information is entered. We're going to tab. We've got our ship to information. And we're going to enter our reference again, who the person is responsible for receiving the delivery. So once that's complete, we're going to click the accept button to save that information. And then we're going to be taken over to the line item screen. So this again is where we enter our quantity, our full commodity code, and the description of the item we want to purchase. So we want to order 2 boxes of the assorted portfolios. We're going to enter the full commodity code. Because it is not in the warehouse, there is not an inventory item number. Okay, we're going to look down here in the description, and it's going to say 2 pocket, 3 metal fasteners for 3 hole punched, 8.5 by 11, assorted colors. And that's what we wanted to order. Our unit price automatically filled in. The unit of measurement is a box. And our total line item, total is $11.82. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. We're going to enter our organizational number. We're going to tab over and enter our we're going to enter our object number. We're going to enter our project number. Okay, and it's going to show us the supplies, the description is general supplies. Our total amount is $11.82, and our general ledger available budget is updated. So now we want to go in and we want to enter our folders that are strictly green. So if we wanted to do it For the next item, we're going to click the Accept tab, Accept button on the tab. If we were finished, we would click the Return button, but since we want to add again, we're going to choose the Add tab. It shows that we're on line 2 because we want to enter our second item. The commodity here we want to enter 1 box of green folders. So our commodity is 1, or our quantity is 1. We're going to want to enter our full commodity code, which we have written down. We're going to tab. Okay. Now what we're going to notice here, if we look in the description, it's got all these different numbers. See how it says like number 00 white, number 20 light blue. If we scroll to the end, it says specify color and it's got 2 asterisks. Anytime you see something with 2 asterisks, that says, hey, the vendor's going to need more information or they're not going to know what to order. So we know that we want to order strictly green folders, which up here is number 60 green. We're going to click in the additional notes tab. So we're going to click in here. We want number 60 green for green folders. Now, in order for the vendor to see this, we need to print it on the PO tab. So up in the menu bar, we're going to click on Print on PO, and we're going to see a check mark appear in the Print on PO box. Once that's done, in order to save that information, we're going to click the Accept button. And then we're going to click the Return tab. We're going to scroll to the bottom. Again, we're going to enter our organizational code, our object code, and our project code. Okay. Our amount automatically populates, and our general ledger available budget is recalculated as well. Okay, so now we are finished with our folders. We have to enter our single subject notebooks. So we're going to click the Accept tab button on the tab. Then we're going to click the Add button. So this is the last item that we're going to enter from John R. Green today. So we are going to order 31 subject notebooks. As you can see, we're on line 3 of our line items. So we're going to enter 30 for our 30 notebooks. We're going to tab to the general commodity field, and we're going to enter our full commodity code. We're going to tab. Okay. We can check out our description, spiral notebook, binding wide, 70 sheets, 3-hole, punched 1 subject notebook. So that looks right. They're 59 cents a piece. And our line item total is $17.70. We're going to scroll to the bottom. Our organizational code that we're going to enter is our location again. Our object code we're going to enter. We tab to our project code. Our total amount is calculated and our general ledger available budget is updated again. So once we are complete with that, we're going to do the Accept button. And we're going to click the Return tab. Okay. On the
Michele,
main tab, yep.
I'm so sorry. I've got to go to another meeting, but I did just send everybody a Google form to complete after the class and in the chat, and that will alert our team to give you Munis rights in the live system.
Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate it.
If you guys have any questions about that or can't get on, you can email me or Michele.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Everybody, you too.
Okay, guys, so right now we're looking at the actual requisition entry screen. We see the 3 line items that we've purchased. One thing we want to make sure of is that, remember when we logged into it, we saw that we had to have a minimum order of $25, correct? So you're going to look down here at total amount, and we're going to make sure that that equals $25, which it does. It's $35. Then we can verify that our order is correct. We wanted to order 2 boxes of our assorted colored folders. We wanted to enter 1 box of our green folders, and then we wanted to order 30 spiral notebooks. So we'll verify that that's correct. We can go up here to our, if you'll see it says allocated status, we're going to go up here to release. It's going to say warning, no workflow, business rule approval conditions were met. That's okay. We're going to click the yes button on that. If you see our status goes to approved, and then at this point, that will go to the purchasing department, and the purchasing department will create the purchase order to send to the vendor. Again, you're going to want to print off your PO. So you're going to go to the PDF tab. You're going to want to print the requisition format. Again, be sure that the print authorized by signature line is checked so that your supervisor can either sign this form or the paper form that you filled out. We're going to click the Accept tab. Our PDF will be created. We're going to double click on our PDF, and you can verify again your order there if you like, and you can print the PDF. Caroline, no, you only need the supervisor to sign 1 form. Just be sure that they sign 1 of them. Does anybody else have any questions at this point? Are we good so far? Okay, awesome. Okay, so that is how you do a line bid item. And again, I think the key things are make sure you've got all the information down when you start. Check your commodity code. So if you want like assorted, or if there's a specific color, you've got all that written down. Make sure you've got the price written down. Let's see, what else do we might need? Make sure you've got your quantity. You fill out the paperwork prior to actually going into the Munis system and creating your requisition. Okay, so our next item and our last item for the day, we're going to do a percentage bid. This one's a little bit more complicated. A percentage bid is an item that is on bid, but it's based on more generic catalog or categories, I guess. So let me show you, and this one you may need more help with, which is perfectly fine. You can contact your purchasing clerk or me or Jessica on this. So again, you're going to go into the school-based or school finance resources. We're going to scroll down and find our list of bid vendors. And you will see here that if it is a percentage bid, in the parentheses it says percentages. Okay, so today we're going to purchase red storage bins, and we're going to purchase a visual time tracker. So I know that these are instructional supplies and equipment. I know that they're on the bid list, but I can't, they are a percentage bid list item. So we're going to go into the instructional supplies and equipment percentage bids. Again, I said this is a more generic version of what you need to purchase. Again, we have the same minimum order of $25, and it has to come through the same vendor. So you're probably going to want to read over the exceptions before you purchase something. If you have any questions, you can contact your school purchasing clerk. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to purchase red storage bins and a time tracker. So let's say we want to look at line item 1. It says arts and craft supplies. It's got a generic commodity code. Let's see, examples of this are going to be art, tapes, beads, canvases, glazes, clay, collage materials, craft knives, crafts materials, fabric glue or fabric crafts, glue guns, paint brushes, scratch art, sculpting materials, and yarn. So I don't see in that list anywhere something that refers to storage bins or time trackers. So that means I'm going to go to my next item. So this one says button makers, drying racks, die cutters, kilns, paper roll racks, pottery wheels, etc. None of that refers to a storage bins or a time tracker. So we're going to scroll down some more. Okay, so here this says classroom miscellaneous, etc. Easels, instructional carpets, bean bags, stability balls, pretend play kitchens, all beds. None of that refers to it either. So we're going to keep scrolling. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's here. It says teaching aids and supplies. It says bulletin boards, nameplates, stamp sets, pocket charts, games, puzzles, globes, maps, flashcards, storage bins, instructional books, and manipulatives. So I believe it's going to fall under this category. So we're going to want to write down this commodity code. And again, it's a generic commodity code. So when we actually go into the website, we will find more specific information as far as like item numbers. So we're definitely going to need to keep that in mind. So you can purchase from any of these vendors if they've got what you're looking for. I'm going to look at John R. Green because I know John R. Green delivers pretty quickly. So let's do this. We're going to have to go to the back, the very, very back page of this. And we will see that John R. Green has a website. Here we go. John R. Green has a website that we can click on and we can see his catalog. And to log in, we're going to need our username is JCPS and our password is JCPS. So does everybody see that on the last page?
Yep.
Awesome. Great. So we're going to click on John R. Green's website. Okay. So we're going to, I've already logged in, but we're going to log in. Okay. So what are we looking for? We're looking for storage bins, correct? Red storage bins. Okay, so here we go. There's all kinds of storage bins here for John R. Green. So I want to look at they had a specific one that they were looking for. I'm going to type in storage bin with lids because I think that is what my teacher was looking for. Yeah, this is what she's looking for. Plastic storage tote trays with clear lids. I want to view the details. All right, here we go. Now, if you notice, the discount, the 30% discount is already taken into account, so we don't have to worry about the discount. It's already been applied. So this is what I'm wanting to enter. I want to enter red storage totes, and we'll notice that the code or the item number is 30809. So we're definitely going to want to write that 30809 down because that's how we're going to reference the color that we're looking for. Now, my next item that I want to purchase is going to be a time tracker. I'm going to type in time tracker and search for that. All right, here we go. This is what my teacher has shown me they wanted. So it's a visual time and clock. I want to view the details on this. And here we go. The code on this one is 493965. So I'm definitely going to want to write down that number. So I'll have the specific information when I go to fill out my requisition entry. Okay, now I know when I just physically know that I have to spend $25 from the same vendor. The time tracker's $40 and my storage bins were $3, and I want to enter 5 of those. So I automatically know I've already spent over $25. So we're good to go on that. If you fall into the category, like maybe you spent like $22, and let's say your storage bins are $3, you probably just maybe want to go on and order an extra storage bin to throw you over that $25 mark. Okay, so we've got all this information entered. We've written all the codes down that we need, or our item numbers. So we're now going to go back to our requisition entry screen. All right, so here we are at our main dashboard again. We're going to go back to reload our shopping cart. So we're going to click the Add tab. Our school location will automatically pop up again, and we'll tab. Our requisition entry number is going to populate again as well, so we'll enter that number again. We're going to tab down to our general commodity code. Now, if you remember, this was a very generic commodity code, and we should have written that down from the line bid item number, or from the list of bid vendors. So we're going to write that down. We're going to tab. Our general description, we're going to take that out. We're going to enter our school location again. We're going to tab. If you need it by a certain date again, we're going to pick up the phone and call our purchasing clerk and let them know. Okay, we're back now. We have a vendor. Our vendor is John R. Green. So we're going to enter our vendor number in the vendor field. And we're going to tab. And we'll see that Kurtz Brothers, again, is our vendor. Our ship to field locations entered. We're going to click in the reference tab. We're going to type the name of the person responsible for receiving the shipment. Let's say my name, and then Miss Jones is a teacher. I may want to enter her name as well so I remember what teacher ordered it. Okay, we're going to click the Accept tab. Awesome. So now we've gone to our line item screen. We want to enter our red storage bins first. So we want a total of 5. So we're going to enter a quantity of 5. We're going to skip to we're going to tab to our commodity field. Here we're going to enter the full commodity code. Now remember, again, because this is a percentage bid, it's a very generic commodity code, so we have to be specific and enter additional notes so the vendor knows specifically what we're wanting to order. So we're going to want to click on our additional notes. This time we want to order item number 30809, which is a red storage bins. Our vendor needs to see the information of what we want to order, so we're going to click on the Print on PO tab. We'll make sure that the check mark is in the print on PO. We're going to accept it so that our note is saved. And then we're going to click the Return To tab. Okay. So now we're going to go to unit price, and we're going to need to enter the number of the item that we're purchasing. So this one is $3.61. So we're going to type in $3.61. And because it's a generic item, and because it's not a specific commodity code, we'll have to enter the actual price of the item that is on the bid list. So when we actually went and looked at the item, we had to write down the cost to enter it in this field. So we're going to tab through. Kurtz Brothers is our vendor. We're going to tab to the bottom. And again, we're going to enter our organizational code. We're going to enter our object code. We're going to enter our project code. Okay, let's see, I did something wrong. Account entered is not defined as a valid account in Munis. Oh, I know, hang on. I'm entering a district code here, sorry guys. Here we go. Okay, so our purchase for our storage bins are $18.05, and our general ledger available budget has been updated once again. So we're going to accept that. We want to add another item. We want to order our time tracker, so we're going to click on the Add tab. Our teacher wants one time tracker, so we've got a quantity of 1. We're going to enter our commodity code again, the full commodity code. Okay, it is a percentage line bid. It's a very, very generic code. So if we just enter this, they're not going to know what we want to order. So we're going to have to click on the additional notes. We want a time tracker, so we're going to click on the item number. And we're going to say time tracker visual. Now our vendor is going to need to see this because they need to know what item we're ordering. So we're going to click print it on the PO. We're going to accept it. And then we're going to return to the line item screen. Our unit price for our time tracker is $39.13. So we're going to actually enter that. We're going to tab to the bottom of the screen. And again, we're going to enter our organizational code. We're going to tab to our object code. We're going to tab over to our project code. Right, it's going to show us our cost of $39.13. Again, our general ledger available budget is updated again. We're going to click the Accept tab. And because we're finished ordering our line item bids, we're going to click the Return tab. Okay, we're back to the main screen. And as you can see down at the bottom, we've got our teaching aid supplies. We've got 2 items that we've ordered. We're ordering 5 packs or 5 red storage bins at $3.61 a piece, and we're ordering 1 time tracker at $39.13. Our status is allocated. When we click Release tab, we're going to click Yes. It's going to be approved, and it's going to be transferred over to purchasing, where the purchase order will be processed and sent out. We want to print a copy for our records, so we're going to click on the PDF tab. We're going to do a requisition format. Again, we're going to make sure that our print authorized by signature line is clicked for our supervisor to sign either this form or the paper form we've printed or we filled out. We're going to click the Accept tab. Our PDF is populated. We're going to click on it, which it appears down at the bottom. We can verify again that it's totally correct. And if you notice down here, you'll see where it says like item number 3809 red storage bin, number 9390 or hang on, number 93965 our time tracker. So that gives a detailed description of what we're ordering. And then you can go up and print that for your records as well. And then when we're finished with that, we will close it out. And we'll go back to the main Tyler menu.